Hiya pals, in this video I'm taking you on an epic hiking adventure over two steep and rocky mountains. The views are absolutely breathtaking from all directions and it's a tough but rewarding experience. Steep path. A wee dedication to Donald Trump. And there's Sleoch. It's a different type of rock, but this actually reminds me of walking in Mallorca on the Tramontana Mountains. I think it's limestone in Mallorca, but aye, it's very rocky, very similar in character. But yes, this is steep going. So as you can imagine, the views behind us are opening up nicely, with Sleoch demanding your attention, with the shores of Loch Marie below. Nice. You can just see through the gap there to Fisherfield. But there we go folks. If you watched my Ben A video a few weeks ago, Kev and I were up there, and today I'm heading to the back of Ben A to do this corbett here that you can see in front, which is Ruadh-stac Beag. Obviously Beag meaning small, because Ruadh-stac Beag is in fact the Munro that we did. But yeah, this looks a toughie. We've got all that pathless terrain out of the way. We're right below the corbett that we need, but you have to walk around the back because it's quite well guarded with crags. So yeah, some of it's up there somewhere. We follow this river all the way up and then round the back. Rightio troops, we are sort of at the base of the mountain now. That wee pointy number behind me there, that's Ben A. We are going up this rather steep and rocky, as Mushy's pointing out there, slope round the back. So let's go, let's do this. Do you know, I was actually thinking of pairing up Ben A with this one. You can actually see, you could get up the scree slopes there. I noticed that when I was on Ben A couple of weeks ago. But I think it'd be a massive day, especially with camping packs. So yes, back today, hopefully do these as a doubler. Current time is 10 to 1, gets dark at 9, so we've got plenty of time in the bank. Don't feel like we're on the clock. I am driving home tonight though. I wouldn't normally do Torridon in a day trip, but it's a bank holiday, so I had a wedding at the weekend that got in the way a little bit, but never mind. Geez Louise, this was the most steepest part of our big hike and we had some easy scrambling over some grippy rocks, but it was well worth it for the breathtaking views behind us of Ben A. Well, after that tricky section, we're now up on the summit plateau, and this is like walking on the moon. Not that any of us have walked on the moon right enough, but you'll get my gist. You're certainly not getting a tent pitched up here, that's for sure. A couple of flat spots for a bivvy maybe, but definitely not a tent. This is pretty rocky. But anyways, I spy my eye. Something beginning with C. The cairn. So this is Mushy's 100th corbett and my 208th, I believe. Oh look, there's a grassy patch for pitching. So now you're telling me I could have brought my tent after all. Let's have a look. So I'm just wandering over here to get the uninterrupted view of Loch Marie for a fine 10-pointer or a Royal O. If you know, you know what I mean. Yes, it's a little bit stony. It's that sort of carpet of mossy grass with a bed of stone underneath. But yeah, this is good. You probably could get pitched. Super boss. Look at Ben, eh? I need to come back over. Well, it would seem that we took a more direct route on that side, but we found a loose sort of scree path down there, which didn't. Sorry, my nose is running. Aye, so that was loose, bouldery scree rather than the scrambly stuff from going up the way, so it depends what you want to do. So you can see just above Mushy there, you've got the Black Carroll's Ridge and Scrambling along there. Yeah, I can't see me getting home till back at 10, 11 tonight, so I'll be getting a chippy tonight. I'm hearing that the Smiddy in Conton is good, but every time I've went, it's been shut, because usually I come home on a Sunday night, but tonight is a Monday. So while I get a fish supper, watch this, I'll shut at like 6:30 or something. And I know the chippy in Pitlochry, the one up the side, the place to be, that shuts dead early. I'm like, eh, what's this chippy shut early for? They need to be open at least to 10 o'clock, in my humble opinion. We're just having a wee breather, folks. We're found ourselves just over halfway between the two Corbett's here. So we've got the last ascent, about 500 metres.
Yes.
Yes, affirmative. So aye, we'll get a move on shortly. Dog's shattered though.
Ria's in a wee sleep.
Yeah.
Aye. She's done well.
She has. Recharge the batteries for round 2. Aye, what a day. What a day. Super. It's 25 to 4. That's our set off again for the last Corbett of the day. Another rocky one. This terrain is unforgiving at times. There's good approach paths, but once you're further up, it's pretty pathless and rocky. But yes, it's got a bit to go yet. Whew. For a fine 10-pointer or a Royal.
Now Rio, what the hell are you doing? Come on.
Here we go, folks. It is 25 past 4 and we're at the summit of the second Corbett. Yes. Whew, what a day. I don't know what the total ascent is for these two, but I imagine it must be about 1,300 metres, I reckon. 800 for that one, if not more, and about 500 for this one. That's a good guesstimate, isn't it? About 1,300. total? Maybe 14?
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Knackered. Aye.
Aye. Just agree.
Aye.
Right, what have we got? I think we need to go over to the minor top on the way back. We'll get a cracking view down Loch Marie, over into Fisherfield and Sleoch and all that jazz. Wow, yes. I'm just thinking of that 4-hour drive home. If we get back to the car for 6, which is optimistic, that's home at 10 o'clock. Ah, jeez, oh, I'm glad I took tomorrow off. Whew. Right, let's get composed. Look at the views over to Ben A behind Mushy there, and the Corbett from earlier on. Ruadh-stac Beag. Can't remember how you pronounce this one. It's a Meall something. We've just wandered over to the minor top, just across from the summit. Actually, the views are just a little bit blocked of Loch Marie. I'll show you in a minute. But still pretty stunning though. You can see right out to sea towards Gairloch, and then right down the loch there. A little bump in the way, and then right at the end there at Kinloch U. Looks like you'd get your tent pitched down there. That looks nice and flat. Whoa! That is us just on our way down. It's that typical loose scree, which seems to be a common theme with the Torridon hills. Whee! And there's Mushy and Rio. I still feel quite good, but then I remember I've got a 4-hour drive and the time is 5:10. So if I got back to the car now, 4 hours on top of that, that's 9 o'clock. So I'm getting in back at 10 or 11 easy, maybe midnight by the way. So that Chippy and Contin better be open. As we descended the mountain, there was no other choice but to take the scenic route. We'd pass by a breathtaking gorge and then through an ancient Scots pine forest. It was going to be a fine finish to a right good hike. These marker cairns that you get every so often, they can be a bit soul destroying because you don't see one for a while, and then just saw one back there, 305 metres, like, oh my god. I don't know what height Loch Marie sits at. I imagine it's probably about 50 metres max. It's not a million miles away from the sea, is it? As it goes down towards Gairloch. But aye, we're getting there. But the race is on. I've not been onto Google yet for this Chippy. I'm too scared to look in case it shuts at 6 or 7. But aye, I'm getting pretty hungry now. Got a few snacks left in the pack. But aye, I'll feed back on the Chippy if I get there in time. And see what I think of it, if it lives up to this reputation. Deep in the valley, deep in the soul. Decent. Check this out for a viewpoint, by the way. Look at that. Superb. This way. This way. So, do you want the good news or the bad news first? We'll go with the good news. Good news, I'm back at the car. Bad news, the chippy is shut. Why would you be shut on a Monday bank holiday? I don't get that, because they're shut on a Sunday night. So, I'll need to trek on to Aviemore, I reckon. But anyways, we are back, so I'm going to wrap this up. If you watched this far, thank you very much, and I'll catch you next one. Cheers.